Hey guys, Lord here, back in with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the DC Multiverse Batman Beyond Neo Gothic, brought to us by the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys, who will remain fine folks for the majority of this review because I'm a sucker for good old Terry McGinnis. I binge watched Batman Beyond this past year, and boy oh boy oh boy, I wish we got more show. That show was amazing. Probably, I want to say Terry McGinnis is my favorite Batman now, but, you know, I've grown up with the Kevin Conroy Bruce Wayne from animated series the majority of my life, so it could just be recency bias, but I think Bruce Timm and his team did a great job writing this character. He is fan-freaking-tastic. That said, modern comics kind of made him a little bit convoluted, because there is literally a Killer Croc Beyond who's kaiju size, so it's like a Godzilla thing. Doubt we'll ever see a figure of that, but it'd be pretty cool. But yeah, it's all kinds of crazy nowadays. But I have to be honest, this figure, it's a guilty pleasure for me. I know it's not the traditional look, but it's on the, we'll say, Project Superman / Jonathan Kent Superman from Future State / Beast Boy from Teen Titans body, that skinnier body buck that's a little bit shorter compared to the Bruce Wayne Batmans we've gotten. So I am very excited to be getting a Batman Beyond on that body because, well, it's the body I've wanted this character on for a while now. I just wish it was more traditional looking. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and potatoes of this review and take a look-see at all Batman Beyond has to offer in terms of accessories, starting off with the collectible trading card. Some info on the back. You might want to pause and read that. And then he's got one open hand and one hand with a batarang sculpted into it, but it's not his. Why is this not like the cool circular batarang that this character uses? Is this a reused hand? I don't think so. So that kind of blows. And that's all you get. No fists. This mold has fists. And better open hands. Like, this feels a little big for this body. But maybe this is a reuse from Robin, this open hand. I honestly don't know. The Rebirth Robin, that is. But taking a closer look at Mr. McGinnis here. He's got the hockey puck display stand we've seen with all McFarlane Toys releases. And yes, this is not the traditional Batman Beyond suit. But it's still kind of cool looking. They kind of did a Platinum Edition that looked a little bit like this several years ago. A few years ago. There we go with the several years thing. Has this line even been out for 7 years yet? I don't think so. It's been out for at least 5 though. But he's got the wings. They do articulate up, if you want to do that. But the cool thing about these wings is, actually, pop this back piece off and take them off. Without him looking too ridiculous, because you could plug this backpack in and it is almost like jam-packed against his torso there. So he can rock the no wings without a giant peg hole on his back. We finally did it, folks. Round of applause for McFarlane Toys. They finally gave us a Batman Beyond. You can take the wings off and he doesn't have a giant peg hole in his back. Only took you like 7 tries. That said, as far as his articulation goes, his head is fairly limited on here. I wonder if this isn't reused from the other Batman Beyond. This feels awful big for this body. Can't look up, down a little bit. Can tilt. Shoulders will go out. Back down. His biceps are a little spindly, so be careful with those. He does have bicep rotation. Full 360 there. Beautiful butterfly, double elbow. I will say the lower arm's a little tricky to bend compared to the upper arm. It's got these gauntlets. It's got ball hinge wrists that will swivel, hinge, and rotate. And he's got trigger fingers for some stupid reason. I don't know why. They made fists for this body, but I almost think the fingers are like red. So that ain't gonna work. Because I do have the not just the Titans Nightwing, but also the Jim Gordon Batman, and they came with black fist hands. So maybe if you're okay with him not having the finger paint, there's finger paint on there, and just swap those out. Said his torso can lean back this far. Forward, not so much. He does have some rotation though. And he does have a waist joint. That works as well. Torso is new. The head might be new, but don't quote me on that. The forearms might be new. Don't quote me on that, but the rest is all reuse from that other body. I don't think the diaper's new. Hips kick out, back down, forward, back. He's got a thigh cut in there. Double knee, that works okay. Not too egregious looking either. And a swivel in the ankle with a hinge. Rocker. Toe hinge. Tight on both sides, hot dog. But there you go, man. Batman Beyond Neo-Gothic. Pretty cool figure. Sleeper hit of the wave, I think, for most people. I don't think a lot of people are going to pick this guy up. He's going to go on clearance. And then people are going to be like, ah, that's actually a cool figure. But hopefully we get a more traditional look at Batman Beyond with these parts. Maybe a little bit more streamlined. Because that's kind of the point of Batman Beyond. The comics are kind of, for lack of a better term, bastardizing this character. Making him all kinds of weird, teched out suits that it's just like, what is this, Kenner? Like, back then that made sense. But even the Kenner line lacked a regular look at Batman Beyond. So, you know, sometimes, folks, less is more. That's the moral of the story here. So with that being said, it's time now that we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is good old Batman Beyond from Neo-Gothic alongside the other characters available in this very Batman-centric wave of DC Multiverse figures. We have the Silver Age Batman as well as Batman from Batman Noel, all of which I've already reviewed on the channel, so please check them out if you haven't already. Would really appreciate it if you did. And as I mentioned in those previous reviews, I think the scaling is fine amongst these three. The armored one's a little bigger. The Silver Age one is a little smaller than him, and good old Terry McGinnis in the middle here, the monkey in the middle, is the smallest of the three. So that is cool, if we don't count the ears, I suppose, because Terry McGinnis definitely has the longest ears out of the three. That said, when are we going to get a regular style Batman with the long ears that doesn't have a big traffic cone arse cape, might I add? That would be nice, wouldn't it? So a lot of things. Like a regular Batman Beyond on this body. But getting these two out of the way, so we can make way for our two regulars. Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibolith, right there. And the infamous Kurt 11 Spawn, who I'm going to just say probably towering over. Yeah, he's pretty big next to Batman Beyond here. That said, I think we all know that good old Terry McGinnis is a card-carrying member of the Men in Red and Black Club, so there's nothing more that needs to be said there. So with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and despite the fact that this is not a more traditional look for good old Terry McGinnis, I have to say I'm really digging this Neo-Gothic Batman Beyond right here, despite the fact that, much like I mentioned before in my Batman Noel review from yesterday, I really wish they'd stop giving us half pairs of hands. Give us two hands holding the Batarang, two open hands, and why has he got two grip hands? He doesn't come with separate accessories in the box. Give us two fists. We've never gotten a Batman Beyond with fists other than the DC Direct / DC Collectibles reissue for the animated line. It'd be nice if Terry McGinnis could throw a punch or two here and there. That said, I'm very curious if the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys will give us a more traditional Batman Beyond on this body buck, because I said it way back when I did the Titans Wave Nightwing that this would be a great buck for Batman Beyond if they took some of the extra like armor bits or costume details off, and here we have it, still with those extra details, but I like it. At the end of the day, I like it. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, catch you guys later.